Hi, Christa here, and you and I have an appointment. This is our space where we pause, we reflect, and we really talk about what is truly important in leadership: awareness, connection, and communication. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, breathe, and let's talk. And today we're going to talk about how to stop performing as a leader and start leading. Now, what is the difference between performance and leading, truly leading? Now, performance is really where the focus is about seeing me. Think about a stage. When we go onto a stage, we go and watch a play, there's a performance. People are on stage and we're all watching, and they have to do the right things, they have to say the right words. Where if we start leading, it's about presence, it's about real, it's about human. And we need to start looking not about what people see of me, but what do I bring in. People trust leaders that lead with presence. That's not there to just do the right things, to just get everything perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about being really present in that moment. Now, people often ask me, but why are high achievers struggling to drop the mask of performance? Now, performance in a certain way, especially for high achievers, it's like an armour that they built around them that they hide behind. It protects them. And if we really want to connect with people, we need to drop the armor. So what does it mean? It means start showing your vulnerability. And I'm not saying for one moment, start being all raw, all real to such an extent that you fall apart and that people actually start wondering, but how in the world are you going to lead us? No, it's a combination. When we bring vulnerability plus responsibility, it is a powerful combination for leadership. It shows people that I'm human, but I'm accountable. So we still have in mind what are the things we need to achieve to get the company to where it needs to be. But we are real enough to show people that I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all figured out. I have the end in mind, but the question is, how are we going to get there? And people follow leaders that are honest way easier than what they're following leaders that are performing. It makes so much sense to me, because when we are in performance mode, we lose touch with connecting with the human side. We have to remember that a company, any relationship, is made up of human beings that have their own vulnerabilities, that have got their own challenges. But we need to bring that humanness to connect with people and then guide them, show them how to rise to the next level so that they can achieve what they need to achieve. Now, how vulnerability enhances our leadership is an important thing to look at. It doesn't weaken it. In actual fact, it's one of your strengths that you bring to the party, because you're showing people that you're human. You're not falling into an emotional pit. You're not bringing all your deep emotional challenges to work, but you acknowledge the fact that people are having challenges. I have had so many experiences of clients that says to me in their workspace, how the company realized that the human factor is important. So the performance is not the focus anymore. They bring in, when they realize that some of their people are struggling, having challenges, practical challenges at home, it can impact their performance at work, their achievements at work. So how can we support the person, acknowledge them, and bring in certain support structures to equip them to really do what they need to do? It's important how companies have got flexibility to really start realizing is we know where we want the people to go. How do we equip them to get there? In this modern day where we have hybrid teams, where people have the option to also work from home, if somebody is really having struggles at home, their day-to-day life is really bringing challenges in, are there ways that we can make it easier for them to work from times at home and then still achieve what they need to be productive? Such a beautiful example. As a leader, if you can acknowledge that moments and find ways around it, that's when you realize not only am I human, my team's also human. And how can we bring that vulnerability, that humanness plus responsibility together so that we can lead our teams but also our company into the next phase? Now, what do I do? And maybe that helps you when I'm under pressure, because that's often when it kicks in. When we're really under pressure, how do we still reach our achievements? Still remain calm so that we can do what we need to do. One of the things I do is I breathe. Now, people often say to me, but breathing is such a part of human life. Yes, but if we don't breathe, we cannot become still and really say, what is it that I want to bring in? And I often sit quietly before I see any of my clients, before I go into any pressured situation. I ask myself, how can I stop performing? And how can I be present? Because when I'm present, I can really emotionally regulate myself. I can be aware of who I work with, where they are at, and how can we find the best possible way to lead them and guide them into the place they need to be. We had a conversation the other day, and I want you to actually go and try that. When you're in water, you don't have to be in the ocean, you can be in the pool. Do this simple exercise. As when you are in the deep end, all you need to do is breathe deep, and you will literally feel how your body lifts outside, above the water, because you have been born with balloons that will actually inflate and lift you above the pressure. That's a practical example that we need to do on a daily basis. Breathe. Bring in the balloons. Let them swell up. Lift you above the pressure so that you can clearly see what's going on. Realize that you want to be there as present as possible to guide yourself through pressure moments, to guide your team through pressure moments. Become still. Let's stop performing. Let's get off the stage. Be human, be accountable, be responsible, and really take ourselves and the moment for what it's bringing so that you can become truly present and truly you. So performance is a killer of authenticity. Let's become real. Let's leave that legacy of how I feel and make people feel in the moment. Let's bring that home. Christa here. Thank you for making the appointment. Please like, subscribe, and push the notification. And if this topic really resonated with you, share. And if there's a topic you want me to talk about, put it in the comments below. See you at our next appointment.